Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever Lululemon try on haul. Initially I just wanted to try the Lululemon Align pants, but I started reading different opinions and differences about the materials and decided to try them all. So in this order I only got leggings because it got really expensive very quickly, so I've got 6 different pairs of leggings to try on, and I just want to compare the materials and the fit of the different designs and answer the question, is it worth it or is it overpriced? In terms of the sizing, I got pretty much everything in size 2, apart from one pair of leggings which is size 0, and then in terms of the lengths, I got a mixture of 23 and 25 inches. One thing that I really wanted to see is the difference between the original Nulu material and the new one that they rolled out towards the end of last year, but I failed. I definitely failed on my hand of the old material because I ordered even a pair of leggings that is completely not in my size, but in the colour that I thought was an old colour and chanced it, but it definitely is the new material. And from what I found later on from my research is that everything on the website since I think October 2020 will be the new Nulu material. So if you don't know, Nulu is the fabric that they use to make ALIGNS, and they have changed it a little bit. It was very soft, and I have touched it in store before, and very fluffy and fuzzy. You can hear a lot of people describing leggings as buttery soft, and I think a lot of brands try to replicate that feeling of the ALIGNS. But the new fabric is a little bit more smooth. From what I've read, it's also a little bit thinner, and it doesn't peel as easily. But in general, I have heard a lot of people complaining about the new material, and rightfully so. Lululemon seems to hide the fact that they changed material, and they do even delete the reviews online complaining about it, so that's a little bit of a shade. And I've read an opinion online of someone saying that if they want to spend $90 on leggings that peel after one squat, they should just let them do it. Sorry, I just had to let my very needy cat in the room, and the lighting might have changed a little bit because the sun is setting, so I had to put the top light on. Hey! Hello! But yes, I definitely agree with this. I think Lululemon could definitely make 2 different listings for the 2 materials and let people choose if they want this really soft fabric that does peel but make them feel like they wear nothing. They should just let them have it, really. And also, I feel like I have missed out on some sort of magic, because now that I finally decided to try Lululemon, I can't get this old material that everyone raves about. So yeah, that's a bit sad. Okay, so after this very long intro, let's just move on to the try on. If you hear any background noise, it's just my cat licking the plastic packaging. She loves it, she thinks it's a treat for her, so I will just let her do this. So first of all, we will of course go into the Align pants. These are the 25-inch ones, and they are in colour 𝗦𝗏𝗴𝗏 now, I believe, and they are still really soft. Like, I don't have the old material to compare it to, which is a shame, but they are definitely still very soft, very stretchy, quite plushy as well, and you can see that the material is quite brushed. So these were £88, and the colour on the website looked a little bit more pink. I don't really know why I expected it to be pink if it's called violet, but I did have leggings in this colour and I just gave them away to my friend because I just felt like, because I'm short, it didn't look as flattering on me in terms of like my thighs, but it is still a really pretty colour. So of course the Nulu fabric is designed for yoga and very light movement. I know that some people use ALIGNS to work out in and lift as well, just because of their comfort, but I can see how the fabric can get ruined quite easily. I do love that Lululemon has this very subtle logo, and on most of the leggings it's just at the very back. The seams at the back are just a little bit curved. There is like a very slight V on the back. It's not the most flattering, but I have heard people complaining that their bum looks really bad. I don't think it does look that bad. It's just not one of those V-shaped booty sculpting Instagrammable leggings, but I think they are quite classic and there is nothing I can fault in that design. They do have the front seam, but it is completely non-invasive. I personally haven't noticed anything and any issues with camel toe, and it does have this really long extended gusset crotch going all the way down to your knee pretty much. The actual legging leg is shaped a little bit to like the shape of your calf, which is very interesting. I haven't seen that in any of the leggings that I owned so far, so that's quite cool. And then going to the very bottom, these actually are a bit too wide for me, so they do bunch up around my ankles, and for £88 I really would expect them to fit me perfectly for me to keep them. It doesn't look as nice and your overall look doesn't look as polished. These are high-waisted and I would call it my perfect high waist. They just hit me in the perfect spot. I do really like how it sits on my waist. There is not much compression, but I would say there is more compression than I imagined, because I always heard that the ALIGNS don't give you any compression, but I do feel like sucked in a little bit, not in a bad way, but it does encourage me to hold my stomach. And then in terms of squat proofness, it is a very light colour, so I wouldn't imagine it being totally opaque, but I wouldn't say these are squat proof. I also don't like to rate leggings from like 1 to 10 or so. For me, it can either be squat proof or not squat proof. I normally just wear neutral coloured underwear. If they are see-through, that's of course a no for me, but if I can get away with just nude underwear, nude thongs, then that's absolutely fine for me. Another feature of the leggings is this little inside pocket. It is located in the front, so you can see it a little bit, especially with this light colour. I personally don't really use pockets, but you can definitely put like keys in there or something like that. Okay, so overall I do really like these. They don't restrict me in any way. They're so soft and so comfortable. The only downside is that they are a little bit too loose at the ankles, so I'd say maybe 23-inch might be a little bit better for me. And I really love that Lululemon has so many options in terms of the length of their leggings, because if you're short, you can find something for yourself. If you're super tall, they have even like 31-inch legs, so that's amazing. The size range is great as well, so that's a huge plus. Now, would I pay £88 for these? One thing that I wanted to also mention is that they do have this like a stain from the dye and from when they were folded. I think it does go away when you wash it, but that's just one extra thing that I noticed. So are they worth £88? Feeling them on, they feel amazing. They feel so comfortable. I can do everything in them and I probably wouldn't want to take them off. But the length, or rather the fact that they are loose at the ankles, just kind of makes me think no, because I would want them to fit me perfectly. And I do think maybe in this particular design I should size down, and I do actually have a pair of ALIGNS here which is in size 0, so I'm going to try these on now. Okay, so these are called the Align 2, which as far as I am aware has only just a slight difference in the leg, which I don't know if that includes the width of the bottom of the leg. So that would be a bummer because they are different size and I don't know if that's why they fit me better at the bottom. But other than that, they are the same. However, me being me and trying to get the best comparison, I probably chose the worst fabric to compare the two sizes. So this is the herringbone grey, and it is totally different to the other ones because this fabric, it's not a print, it is actually a woven pattern, making the leggings a lot thicker and a lot more compressive. So they are still very stretchy, but they are a bit thicker and yeah, just more supple, I would say. You can also see that the inside of the legging is almost like another layer of material, and this is very sleek inside. I do generally really like this pattern. I love the look of them. So at first I was a bit disappointed because they weren't as soft as I thought they will be, but when I try not to think about this feature, these are actually amazing. They fit me so well. Now again, I don't know if it's because they are a size down or because it is the Align 2, which is slightly different, but at the top they do seem totally the same. So the back and the seams, the front seam, the gusset crotch, they all look the same to me. So I would say these ones are really good to try if you wanted to try on Lululemon leggings that are still very soft and stretchy, but maybe not as easy to ruin as the other Aligns. They are listed under the same listing as all of the other colours, so I'm not sure how you can tell if it's printed or if it's woven. These were also in sale. So they were £64, £20 off, and I would say for that price they definitely are worth it. Of course I haven't worked out or done any sort of movement in them yet, but I think I am keeping these ones. They do feel so nice on. I really feel so cozy, although I don't think they are only a winter legging. They're not that thick, they just a little bit thicker compared to the other ones. Next fabric is Luon, and on Lululemon, there's so many Lulus. On the Lululemon's website, Luon is said to be their original performance fabric that is breathable and cottony soft. And I can see that it could be their original fabric. It really feels very outdated. There is so many great activewear companies now that make amazing fabrics, amazing performance fabrics that feel great, but this feels like cotton. Like, it really feels like cotton. These are 82% nylon and 18% elastane, and they were £78. There really wasn't much choice. I think there was just black and another colour that they didn't have in my size. So I do feel like it is possible that it's being phased out. These are Wunder unders in Luon. There is another pair of Wunder unders that I do have here as well in a different material. So I do suspect that this may be something that they are phasing out slowly, because really it doesn't feel that high quality anymore. Maybe it was a few years ago. And again, we have a front seam and a completely straight back seam, and the logo at the top on the back. On the close-up of the material, you can probably see that it is very cottony. It does collect lint quite easily as well, so it's definitely not my favorite with two white cats at home. And on, it feels a little bit scratchy, just a bit too thick and a little bit restrictive. Again, I am having the same issue with the length of the leggings, or rather them being a little bit too loose at the ankles. And if I pull them up a little bit, which I normally do with a lot of my leggings, it doesn't really work. Maybe it's because these are not like seamless material, but then they just start bunching up under my knees, and that just makes it a little bit uncomfortable. So I do really think that I should be getting 23-inch length and not 25. And I wouldn't say they are fully squat proof, because I can definitely very clearly see the label, the very long white label. They do list on here that it is designed for yoga or light impact activities, but I know that it's very important for a lot of people to have squat proof leggings, because even in yoga you do stick your bum out a lot, and if they are see-through, they are see-through. I do feel like I need to say something nice about these as well. They do feel really nice in the top region here. I do feel held in, and they are definitely a little bit more compressive than the ALIGNS, and they are comfortable at the top here and on my thighs. It's just like under my knees that it feels a little bit scratchy. And I'm not mad about the straight seam. I think it doesn't look that bad, especially if you are doing yoga. I don't think that for yoga you need like very expressive bum seams, and sometimes I like the simplicity of the leggings depending on what sort of activity I am doing. Next leggings are the Fast and Free in Nulux. And on the website it says that Nulux, like Nulu, offers the same next to nothing feeling. They are definitely very, very soft but smooth at the same time. So they feel like a performance fabric that will be quick drying and sweat wicking, but also feel very thin and very comfortable. On the back we have 3 pockets. We've got 2 on the sides here, little ones, and then a large pocket in the middle, so that would be for your phone probably. And then we also have 2 side pockets as well on these leggings, which I think is great. If you're looking for leggings with pockets, these have 5 in total, so that is great for running if you're not taking anything else with you, like a jacket with pockets or something. They do also have a drawstring inside, so you can tighten them as well, and they won't move with any sort of movement. The pattern on these is printed on white, but it seems like these are fairly squat proof, so you shouldn't have any issues with this. It does say that they are designed for running and training, which I would definitely agree. And then they also have a raw cat hem, so it's completely raw. Now looking up close, it's not dead on straight, but I do quite like the idea of it. I think that's really nice because it makes it fit to your leg really nicely. It is just my opinion, but I do quite like it. On these ones, the logo is towards the bottom of the left leg at the back, which I quite like this. It's very subtle that way, and I am assuming that this is reflective as well. Now, the seams at the back are a little bit different. We have one seam going across the top, and then another one going up the legs and then curving through your bum, which is not my favorite thing. I think that just makes your bum look quite flat. But on these ones, maybe it's the pattern, but I do quite like how they fit. Then in the front, they also have 2 vertical seams going all the way down, and I do like this, and they do go up the waistband as well. I do quite like these seams because I feel like they make my legs look longer, so a plus for that. And again, the waistband is just perfect. I have nothing wrong to say about this, except the fact that these are £98, which is a lot. If I was running a lot and I needed a good pair of leggings for running, I would probably say that these are worth it, because it seems like they are a very high quality material. It really feels like they will withstand the time, the washings and everything that you will do with it. So if you do run a lot, they might be worth it. or you might just wait for a sale. So now I think that I should really be getting the 23-inch length over the 25, because these ones just fit me so perfectly. The leg is just perfect, there is nothing bunching up, and I do quite like the 7/8 length. I know that not everyone does, and I know that Catherine just hates when her leggings are not full length. And my theory is that because I am short, I like when things are too short, because all my childhood, all of the trousers, everything was too long for me. So now that I can find something that fits me, like it's a little bit too short, just makes me happy, because it's not too long anymore. And I understand that for long-legged girls it might just be annoying, because all their life they were probably just finding things being too short for them, so when something is long or too long, it just feels good. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's just my theory. Also, I really appreciate that Lululemon puts their labels on the outside of the leggings, because that just makes it easier to try things on without getting worried that you can ruin the label. I always get really worried when I try things on, because I just don't want to send things back if I broke the label. I know that's stupid, but it's just a lot easier, and it just saves you the hassle of trying to get into things and also trying to save the label in case you don't know if you're keeping something. So overall, I do love the Nulux fabric as a performance material. I wouldn't use this for yoga, but for training, weightlifting, or any cardio, that would be actually great. I will definitely keep my eye on these ones, and probably send these back now, and hope that they will go into the we made too much section at some point, because I could do with a pair of leggings like this. I just don't think I would use them enough at this moment to justify spending £98 on them. Next up, we have the Wunder Unders in Luxtreme, and these are the crop 23-inch scallop edge ones. I really love the design on these. So it's got like a scallop raw cut at the bottom. It's a little bit of a different material here to the main part of the legging. Then it has this mesh panel, and then the main fabric. They are in color French press, which is this very dark brown. It is a beautiful color, and the fabric is just very smooth. That's how I would describe it. It's smooth, it's stretchy, it is quite compressive as well, and on the website it says that it is a high performance fabric developed to handle serious sweat, smooth and cool to the touch, designed for running and training. I would certainly agree with this. It seems like the waistband is very compressive as well. One thing that I have noticed is that it is a lot longer, so it is not necessarily higher, but it's longer. So if you're looking for more tummy compression, these might be for you. I'm not sure if that's the same for any Wunder Unders in this material, or if it is specific to this design with the scallop edge with that longer waistband, but they are really compressive at the top. The only thing is that I find they seem to be a little bit more invasive in these ones. Other than that, I do love the design. Their back again is just a straight, completely straight seam, and there is a logo at the top here. I just really like the design of the bottom of these, and again the 23-inch ones fit me a lot better than previously tried on 25-inch in the ALIGNS, so I am really happy about those. And in terms of squat proofness, they are fully squat proof, so definitely safe for leg day and any other activities like that. Now that I tried them on again, I think the waist might be even a little bit lower. I can see my belly button, and it does come quite a bit lower at the back as well, so the seam is lower. I can actually feel it, which is not a nice thing. I like my seams to be above my bum and just in a comfortable place where you can't really feel them. These were originally £68 and I got them in sale for £54. So I would say they are worth it, but they do have a few minuses in terms of that waistband and the seams at the back. I absolutely love the colour and I love the bottom of these. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think that is really pretty, and the fabric is so nice. It's a really nice performance fabric. So even in the full price of £68, I would say that these are worth it, especially if you're looking for a lower tummy control over it being more flattering on the bum. I think they're really nice and I love the design. Now we are down to the last pair of leggings. These are the Wunder train. Now I know that there is a few other designs of leggings that Lululemon does. I just focused on getting a pair of each fabric that they do, so I could focus on comparing those a little bit more. These are in Everlux, and the website tells me that it's a technical performance fabric with unique yarns of double knit construction. It is cool on the skin and designed for sweaty studio sessions. So that's the only fabric that says that on there, and that's quite nice because when the gyms are open, because they're not unfortunately now, I do a lot of studio sessions, so that sounds like something that I should like. The seams at the back are completely straight, so just like we had with the Wunder unders. So the design of them is very similar. Again, we've got the front seam and then the logo on the back as well. These ones do have the drawstring inside, so you can tighten them up as well. I do quite like this feature, and I absolutely love the colour. The colour is called Cassis. I don't know how well it comes up on the camera. It's sort of like a burgundy with a little bit of a plum shade. It's a very dark colour, so it shouldn't show much sweat on it. It's very smooth fabric as well. I do really like them. However, I've got one issue with them. Again, the fact that they are 25-inch length and they are a bit too long. Now with this fabric, it's quite I wouldn't want to call it heavy, but it is quite weighted, so when I pull it up my legs, it again gives me this issue of a lot of fabric under my knees when I move, and that's not very comfortable. So I would love to get these in 23-inch length because they are so nice. Not only the colour, but the material is just really lovely. It has this softness to it, but also is very smooth and definitely good for sweaty sessions, just how it says on the website, so I think they're not lying here. They aren't completely squat proof. I can see the label a little bit through the leggings, but if you cut the label and have just nude coloured underwear, you can get away with them. In my opinion, I would. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you know a lot more than me about Lululemon, which you might do because I am very new, leave your suggestions down in the comments for me as to what I should try next, and I hope to see you in my next video soon. Bye!